So, I'm in the basement again. Not because of the love seat, not because of the couch, but because it's the hottest day of the year in Des Moines, Iowa. So I figured, well, we better just keep shooting in the basement for a little while longer. But I also figured, I got all that insane crap in my bedroom, so why don't we spread the love and bring a little of it down here? So, showcasing my nerdy junk that is actually on the opposite wall, so you can't see it. I've got a Mario Kart 8 flag right there. I've got a Master Sword right here. It doesn't like to go back in the sheath. Fairy Boy makes it look easy. Ugh. And my signature items, as in literally, signed Bolin picture from Legend of Korra. Birthday gift from my girlfriend. Very nice. Many approvals on that. Birthday gift from my aunt and uncle. A signed, there's the signature right there. Dustin Nguyen poster. Nguyen is win! And we're going to talk about that before too much longer, because he did the penciling on one of these issues. So, alright, spread the nerdy love down to the basement just fine, so I'm going to go ahead and get the camera a little closer to me. I think it could be closer than that. Basically back to where we started. I'm going to keep fiddling with it on your time. Okay, now we get my upper half and all that. My necklace is completely invisible in this light with this black shirt on. Alright, wasted enough time. Because I put this off for an extra week. Going on to issue number 12. My thoughts on issue number 12. Another good one. Not exactly as exciting as the previous couple of issues were, not counting 11. 11 had its moments, though. I mean, I hope I spelled that out. 11 had its moments. It's just the art style was so hard for me to look at. So, number 12 here, not really any huge moments for it until the end, and I'll get on that shortly. We see a little bit of Gordon's trial as it's going on, and, there's a lot stacked against him, and we really don't know what's going to come up to his benefit at this point. The law is even saying, well, we need to honor what Gordon has done for this city, which means we can show him no mercy. Yeah, because that's what that equates to. We see a little bit of Batgirl and Red Hood still down in Rio. It's mostly just establishing how much they despise each other, I suppose. One of you is Jason Todd, so yeah, the hate comes. The hate is pretty relatable. Come on, Jason, make my day. But even Jason continues to not be the most annoying thing going on. Not when Harper Row still exists. And I know I probably harp on this too much, but man, again, this is supposed to be a character who is supposedly out of the slums, out of the ghetto, all that, and yet she's effectively hacking into Tim Drake's technology. Alright, no. Tim was never Oracle-level anything, but no, his computer system should be harder to hack than this, especially from just some kid off the street. I mean, again, I will say that yes, Harper's backstory bears some resemblance to Steph's. The difference is, Steph's dad was a legitimate supervillain. Maybe he sucked at his job, but she'd have to learn how to grow up fast, and how to defend herself, at least in pre-52. In New 52, she just discovered, and all that stuff, but that's irrelevant. I'm just talking about pre-52 Steph as she relates to New 52 Harper, and Harper just continues to annoy me. She just does not feel like a well-put-together character. Her design is unique, I'll give her that. She's got a decent, unique design, but that's about all I feel she really has to offer, because, I like her little brother better than I like her, and he's been comatose this entire time. Maybe I'd like her better if she was comatose. There we go. That's a thought. The fact that she can hack, Red Robin's computer system is ridiculous to me. Even by, comic book super genius standards, this seemed really, really dumb. And, she should not have the resources to do this, and more on that as it progresses, and maybe she'll get more tolerable at some point, but I'm not counting on it. I liked her alright in issue 28, the Jump Ahead issue, but, the more I see her, it's like every time I see her, I'm like, ugh, no more of this. Please, Mr. Snyder, we get it. You tried with this character. You don't have to try anymore. I give you permission to stop trying with this idea. If only you could retroactively hear me and Tim could kick her off his plane to Hong Kong. Ugh. Or Tokyo. He's going to Tokyo, sorry. Batman was in Hong Kong. Thoughts are just blurring together because I haven't been doing these as regularly as I should be. So those are kind of the major beats. Tim goes to the Blackgate where they've... Couldn't be Blackgate, must be somewhere else, where they've got Professor Pig, and he interrogates him for information. Pig really has no idea what's going on because this is all Hannibal Elliott's doing, as we've established. No, I don't care what his name is. If I see his name in here, I'll mention it. But no, I really do not care what his name is. It's Hannibal Elliott as far as I'm concerned. Hannibal Elliott and Cyborg Monkey. So, all that happens, she gets in his system, all that. And then finally, at the end of the comic, the one moment, the real money shot of this issue was the fact that at the end of the comic, Gordon gets pulled out of his cell. It's late at night. He gets pulled out of his cell, dragged to the visiting center, and James Gordon Jr. is there. And, man, seeing that, I got excited. I got very excited. I think he is the most excited I have felt to see a character this entire time. Other than Steph. But at least, to go against that, I was expecting Steph. They already revealed Steph was going to be back, but more than Falcone, more than Blackfire, more than anyone else who's shown up, more than Julia, more than anyone else who's shown up, Jim Gordon Jr. being there, just whoa. Hat drop, ladies and gentlemen, hat drop. And if you're not an avid comic reader, you wouldn't know this. You wouldn't know why that's supposed to be significant, but it's just a factor of if you only know Junior from, I hate calling him Junior. Junior makes him sound so innocent. If you only know him from the Dark Knight movies, he's just a kid, pure and simple. There's nothing to say about him. But if you know him from the comics, well, how does one put this? In my mind, Jim Gordon Jr. is probably one of DC's just biggest street-level bastards. He is one of the worst. Undoubtedly to me. In fact, I would make the argument, and I'm sure this wasn't intentional, I'm sure they didn't do this on purpose, but I would make the argument that the Joker we see in The Dark Knight, he has just as much in common with James Gordon Jr. as he does with Comic Joker, because Comic Joker doesn't really care about all that much. There's not really an end game in mind for him. It's just about, having a good time. James Gordon Jr. is just that unbelievably fun, sick, twisted, nihilistic type. That's so fun to see in a story like this, and I'm so happy to see him here, and I'm very curious about where it's going to go. I didn't notice it at first, but he's wearing an eye patch. He only has one eye, so him and the Blackgate Warden each have one eye. Interesting. Any other one-eyed people in Gotham I need to know about? Is Odin hanging around here anywhere? So yeah, my big wow moment only came at the end. Did Steph do anything this issue? I don't feel like Steph did anything this issue. If she did, nah, not really worth commenting on. not really of large amounts of attention. Except that I did leave out, I double-checked it, I didn't think it was until next issue, but I did double-check it, and Jason Bard's story went somewhere in this issue. In that him and Bullock and Batman formed this plan where he basically says, the only way we're going to be able to catch the rotten cops is if we catch you. And we don't see Batman's response to that or anything, it just shows that, that Bard is thinking in the long term, and in terms of character arcs going on right now, maybe even more than Steph's, Bard's was the one that really caught me in this issue, and especially in the next couple. I have grown tremendous respect for Bard as a character. He's a fantastically written character who I'm really, really getting to like, and he's probably one of my favorite aspects of this storyline as of right now. So those are my thoughts on issue 12. We're going to get more heavily into all that in issue 13. I'm going to stick right here. Awesome stuff behind me, and talk about number 13.